Okay, we're live for the Tru Mon Show, episode 92. It's a great honor for me this afternoon. Yeah, this afternoon for both of us. It's rare that I have people on the same time zone as me, but yeah, QuasiLuminous this afternoon is with me, Mr. Mark Brown. Welcome, Mark. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Good. Greatness, greatness. Yeah, this afternoon we want to get together because first of all, before we dive into the real stuff, the truth and the Holy Grail and the blood over intent thing, I would like to, to just not reassure, but make sure everybody knows why we're here today. It's not a popularity thing. You can like it or you can don't like it, like he says all the time. You can like it or not. You can take it or not. If you don't, if you're sensitive, if you have nervous disposition to truth, log off immediately, please, because this is not for you. But if you have an open mind, if you have an open heart, and you're really, because I think we should all be ready at one point to receive the truth. It's not very hard to receive the truth. You are the truth, but often we are even divided with ourselves. So even that part we're lost in this too. So the whole thing is to remember who we are. This is why I do my stuff on YouTube. Mark does his, other people do theirs. We must remember who we are, people. This is the freaking thing here. So today I'm gonna have I have Mark with. It's a pleasure and honor. I feel blessed and highly favored again to have have the chance to interact with wonderful souls like you, Mark. So
the honor's all mine.
No. So the blind leads the blind, but us, we won't stay blind anymore. We're not blind to the truth and the truth of who we are and the truth of what's going on in the world, the external stuff. And so, Mark, first of all, I would like you to tell me, because the reason why I found you, the reason why I got to you is I heard about the Northern Lights, okay? The Northern Lights. And this is something that really captivate me and intrigued me for a long time. Where was those coming from and how do they happen and all that? So I would like you to maybe start with that, and then you can take any road you want to the lovely truth, because it's all about love, people. It's all about love. We're speaking with love. That's for sure. We both have love in our heart, and I can feel it from Mark. I had the chance to interact with him a few times. He's full of love, just like me, and we're on the journey to remember who we are. So go ahead, Mark.
Just to keep it simple, this is the ash trailing light. You see the sun and the moon have to place its light into the Holy of Holies at the very center of the flat earth plane as they go round and round and round. If they don't, then there's no ash trailing jet coming out of the black hole sun. This is the simplicity of it. Every compass is pointing to the very center of the flat earth plane. And as you see, it's been rubbed in your face your whole life on everything. That is the ash trailing light, like the dung beetle, because you sit in a pew because it's the ash trailing light. And it's the female chromosome, the X chromosome. You set your Christmas tree up on the X. And this shows you that the sun is going round and round and round, moving inward and outward, bringing the seasons. And if the sun doesn't drip its men's true all blood into that Holy Grail, then there's no aurora borealis coming out. So
Okay.
this has been in your face your whole life.
Hold on. I have a question for you. If the sun drips his light in that hole, because me, from what I experience with my eyes, I think the sun is shifting in altitude. It's varying in altitude. Could it be possible that when it reaches that middle point in its journey, he's very, very low on altitude, and that's how he shoots his light in the hole? Could that be?
The light is going in 24/7, 365. It has to go in all the time. As the sun is moving round and round and round, moving inward and outward, it's bringing the seasons. So at high noon, it's 3,100 miles away from you at high noon. It's a disc like you see, like you take communion. This is a disc. The sun is a disc. If you stare at the sun, you'll see it's a disc. That's a disc.
sun looks like a disc. I totally agree with you. It's the moon I have problem to see as a disc.
It's a disc over it. It's a flat Earth plane, and at the very center, from day one, they've been rubbing in your face is the prize. You blow out your candle, you make a wish, you focus on the black sun. You bow your head in prayer to the black sun. You throw a coin in the wishing well for the black sun. This is the land of perpetual twilight. You need to pass through that. Everyone enter her eye zone. And they've been rubbing this in your face since birth, that you only see this at a funeral and on Christmas on the door. It's the doorway out into the land of perpetual twilight, the Garden of Eden. It's like this.
The hole in the middle.
People see this satanic symbol. This is as above, so below. That's 2 fingers up, 2 fingers down, with the thumb in and the thumb out. That's as within, so without. It's showing you where you need to get to before you're dead. At the very center of the flat Earth plane, you will find the Garden of Eden, heaven on earth. That's where you'll drink from the living waters and become an exclamation. You know, they say you're made out of clay. You need to drink from those waters, and then you become a super dimensional being. You don't worry about time anymore.
And what about the Northern Lights? How did it physically? How does it occur? Shooting out, like, how do you see it? Because obviously you haven't been there. The goal is to get there.
It only comes out if the sun places its light in the hole. So as the sun goes round and round around the flat Earth plane, it's moving inward and outward, bringing the seasons. Like right now, it's coming up on the Super Bowl. So if you look at your porch, you'll see that the sun has been moving a little bit every day, and the shadows on your porch are moving a little bit every day, because the sun is moving inward and outward, bringing the seasons. Just like the earth is breathing. It's a living, conscious being. And people have this idea that it's some evil being, and that's not the case. What you need to do is place your bare feet on dirt, dry dirt. Prick your finger and spill your dirt and your blood into the earth, and ask the Great Spirit for guidance. And realize that this place you're living in is conscious. Hold up a glass of water and speak to it. Say, I intend to bring forth heaven and earth. Give me the knowledge of the ages, so I can carry my intent to force, and then drink it. Before you eat your food, whatever it is, project gratitude at it. I'm grateful. I intend to bring forth heaven and earth. Get everybody eternal life so nobody has to eat you anymore. Give me the knowledge of the ages, you know, this type of stuff. And when you project this gratitude at your food, your water, your sun, the earth, the air, whatever it is that you're consuming every day, you consume every breath without ever thanking the air for that for that oxygen that you breathe. You step on the dirt beneath your feet, and you never thank the earth for the food that it gives you, and you never thank the sun for the warmth that it gives you. Everybody's so filthy retarded it goes beyond measure. It's scary, because I don't see how people miss it. I mean, it's in your face, you know. It's just another cold day in hell for you. You know what I mean? That's a sun day, and it's cold and sweet because you're in hell. It's just another cold day in hell, and you need to.
That's why we say hello.
Heaven on earth. It's simple. I could do this from the comfort of home. I don't need anybody's advice. As far as I'm concerned, they're all filthy necrophiliacs until their blood's beside my own, because they're legally dead, like you pointed out. Those other people with those other channels are telling you're a monster by legal definition. You're a necrophiliac. You're lost at sea. You're legally dead. So the world is mine. If you're legally dead, then who's going to stop me? You know, you don't have to like it. I'm here to bring forth heaven and earth. So I hope that shakes people to their core, because if you're not on board to bring forth heaven and earth, you're a piece of fucking shit. Forgive me. Forgive me, I love you. But we're here to make some waves, people. You wake up in the morning and you make waves, or you don't. You think you're in a no-wake zone? No, you need to wake the fuck up now.
Yeah, and if you think...
you need to make some waves in reality.
Like, if you think that this world, because you say the world is mine, I feel like this world is mine too. If you don't feel like the world is yours, there's a freaking problem. Wake the fuck up.
That's right.
You should feel like the world is yours. Like, that's how I feel every morning. I wake up and like a light being, and this world is mine. I'm going to give thanks for life, and that's all I have in head. And I'm in awe in front of the sun. I'm in awe in front of the snowflakes, in front of the computer, in front of the light, in front of everything. That's how we must be. We have lost all these sight that we should have on, but we have lost our way so freaking much, Mark. It's terrible. When you say we are lost at sea, walking dead, officially dead, living dead, whatever it is, it's polite. I'm going to tell you, he's freaking polite with you people. Wake up. I don't know how am I going to say it. This is what it is.
I don't mean to be mean and nasty about this. I'm trying to wake some people up. We need to get here before we're dead.
Exactly. You know, that's the other thing. We need to get out of here before we're dead. This matrix is too much, too thick, the illusion, so that there's no way out. Okay, the way out is also the way in. That I agree.
That's right. You go in to get out. Every compass is a spear of destiny pointing to the Holy Grail. It's right over there. You don't have to like it. I can see it. I don't want your advice.
So if the way out of my madness is a way in inside myself, that means the way out of the matrix is a way in inside the earth. It would make sense.
This is simple. There's no way to fuck this up. It's on everything.
And it's on everything. It's in our face. This is it also. It's in our face. We're not inventing stuff here. If you open your eyes and do a little bit of research, you will know what we're talking about. It's nothing like, Mark, you haven't studied that stuff for the last 20 years. You don't need that much research to realize who you are. It's to realize. It's just to remember who you are. Shine your light, and the rest will follow. And the truth and all the Holy Grail and all that stuff, you will find all those answers. I mean, that's how I see it. If you align yourself with love.
You know, Devin Magdy, he read far enough into Miguel Serrano's book to see where he pointed out the great remembrance is your blood. So when I wrote out, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth, I put my blood on it, somehow alchemically, I was changed. Now I can see enough to where no one can stop me. I mean, I can sit here from the comfort of home. Everybody around me is behind it. Everybody knows around me that we need to get here before we're dead. And people around me want me to stay here making videos 24/7, you know?
Yeah. But that's the other thing, the blood over intent. A lot of people are talking about that. And the first time I heard it, I wasn't shocked or anything. Why my blood would be a problem, would cause any stress on me. It's running in me. That's what keeps me alive. It's sacred. It's the most living thing I have inside me. Everything is in the blood. So what's the problem? So I have.
Every time I bleed, I spill up my blood onto some intent, and I intend to bring forth heaven and earth. I mean, literally, I got stacks and stacks and stacks. Every time I bleed, I just spill more blood over my intent, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. The power inside of you grows and grows and grows. I'm here for the benefit of all.
For the benefit of all, this is also it. We relate to a whole here. We don't relate to just our little person here. It's about the whole. So if we do this, if we come and expose this and tell you these kind of stuff, it's for the benefit of us all. There's nothing here. There's no ego. There's no ego, no false pride, no anything like that here.
That's the key. In the end, we need to get everybody out this door. It's right over there. How people don't see it, I don't get it. It's literally been in your face 24/7. Sorry, the camera clicked off. Yeah. Here, it's been in your face 24/7 at the very center. You know, it's on everything. Like the exclamation point. If you want to become an exclamation, you want to become a super being, you need to get to the very center of the flat earth plane before you're dead. You're going to drink from those living waters. It's just that simple. And you're going to pass into the land of perpetual twilight. It's right over there. Every compass is pointing to it. You know, it's like the tree of life. It's right over there where the aurora borealis is coming out. The candy cane shows you that the sun must drip its menstrual blood into the center of the earth, or there's no aurora borealis coming out. There's nothing to this. It's the simplest thing. How people don't see it, I don't get it.
And also, when you refer to the Northern Lights being the curtain, and behind that curtain there would be, you know, it's like the Matrix movie, the green light. Oh, this makes so much sense. This is the thing here. A lot of stuff that you say make a lot of sense. Not that I say that some don't, because it's just because I haven't looked into it further. But a lot of what you say so far.
Try and picture this. Before the moon was here, the aurora borealis would have been seen every night as the sun went around, and it would be nighttime over here, and you would see the aurora borealis. But the moon is flooding out that. It's a decoy. It keeps you from seeing the truth, that there's one side of a light hole is a black hole. So you see that symbol with the U and the dot, it's showing you folded space. It's one side of a light hole is a black hole on loop. You're on the division symbol, and you need to get to where every compass points to at the very center. There's no way to screw it up. That's where the Holy Grail is. That's where the Garden of Eden is. It's as simple as that. To make it any more complicated than that, I mean, it's just so simple for me.
It has to be simple.
The reason this is the way it is because that's the spear of destiny that pierces Jesus. See the blood on it? It's pointing to where the center of the flat earth plane is, where Jesus must place his light, or there's no aurora borealis coming out. It's right over there. Every compass is pointing to it. How people think they're on a globe thrown into space is an accident is freaky. I mean,
oh yeah, that's freaky. That's freaky.
They think you're a bunch of monkeys.
Yeah, that's the other thing, the monkey thing. Yeah, no, everything is so nonsense in that ball of earth thing. It's very easy, but I think, Mark, it's passed between the ball of earth, the flat earth, and the lies and the truth. It's a mental genocide. People are not even aware of what's going on, and they don't know that they don't know. So it's past the lies. It's past the truth. Forget about all this. It's a mental genocide. They're fucking living dead. What can be worse than that? You have life and you don't know what to do with your life, or you don't know what life is all about, where you are, or what you're supposed to be, or who you are. You don't even remember a little bit of who you are. Me, I remember a little bit now, and that allows me to come on YouTube. If I don't remember that little bit, the rest I have to discover. But there's some people that don't know. Fuck all, man. Fuck all. They don't know. They don't even have. And this, we sound to them like we are pretentious or something, but that's not it. It's the freaking truth. It's the truth. And it's because if you don't want to see it, you're in cognitive dissonance. Same as when you're in cognitive dissonance when you smoke cigarette or any other thing that you do that you know it's no good for you. You're in cognitive dissonance. So we have been taught to stay in cognitive dissonance and to be professional liars. I think it's time to get out of that loop and search for or seek or search for what we've been here for. Anyway, it's just so much hidden from us. So much truth and so much lies have been. You know, I've learned the truth with the lies I've been told. That's how I've learned the truth. With lies I've been told, because I've been taught so many lies. You don't even know. There's so much confusion, Mark, in this world. That's the insanity. It's the confusion. And it's the confusion mostly that we create ourselves with the satanic ritual. Let's go about that. The satanic rituals that we perform for them as black magician for them. You know, that's another thing. We're freaking blind. We're not only living dead, we're freaking blind. Blind to the truth, blind to everything, blind to what's in our plate, blind to everything around us, blind to the people around us, blind to... And that's why we are scared, so scared. We're scared of ourselves. It's freaking crazy, man. Go ahead. I don't know. It's just...
What else is on your mind?
Oh, I have a lot on my mind, man. I have a lot. I have a lot on my mind. Like, it's enough at one point. It's just enough. It's too much. It's because it's too much. It's too much BS, too much bullshit, too much nonsense. And we have to come out and speak about it. But, I mean, come on. It's... Hey,
you know, I made a video today, how to get your creator to listen to you. And the video is about fasting and starving yourself and living subhuman for a day or so, where instead of sleeping on the bed, you slept on the floor, or instead of eating like you normally do, you skip a couple of meals. If not, you skip 12 hours worth of eating. You work your way into fasting a little bit, and you sacrifice some measure of comfort. This is how you get your creator to listen to you. Because when they look down and they see you with all your devices and comforts of today. You know, we got leather couches and everything at our fingertips. You got to give up something for a day and then call out to your creator. Spill up your blood and put it into the earth and ask the Great Spirit for guidance. You got to give up something if you want to get something from that divine force. Because as far as that force is concerned, you've already been turned blind. It's that you need to make that step in that direction. People say vegan and this and that. Also, you have videos showing you plants are conscious. It's that you need to be grateful. So you spill up your blood into the earth at high noon and you say, Great Spirit, give me guidance. I'm grateful. Help me out. I want to, bring forth heaven on the earth. Something that benefits everybody. That's how you get the Great Spirit behind you. Until then, don't expect much to happen because you're just like the zombies out there. You don't have any blood to spill. You don't have any umph in you. It's like you're, it's like scary. So these are the things that I've done to get me to where I'm at. Blood is the most powerful substance. I've spilt it up on paper to bring forth heaven and earth in the video I published. I spilt it up into the earth calling out the Great Spirit. I spilt it up talking to the sun. And I just keep folding my magic, and it gets stronger and stronger and stronger because everything out there is conscious. And it's just that it hasn't hit you yet. When it starts to hit you and you start doing these types of things, then your power grows. And like I say, when I say this world is mine, that's good for you because I'm bringing forth heaven and earth. And
that's it. It's for the benefit of us all.
And people say, how could you say you're the Prince of Darkness? If I don't make videos pointing at the Holy Grail, you will surely die. Nobody will make videos if I don't. And we'll all surely die. We need to get here before we're dead. So this is what's happened since spilling my blood up to bring forth heaven and earth. I was given the eyes to see this so that everybody comes here. And we're being called home. This is like biblical type shit going on. You need to attach yourself to this. You're not on a ball floating through space as an accident, and you're not a fucking monkey.
No. It's time to remember who you are, and you're not a monkey, that's for sure. No, but yeah, the blood over intent, I'll do it too. I have a book that I'm writing now, and I'm going to put it at the end of my book.
I intend to bring forth heaven and earth, put a thumbprint of blood on it, and publish it. Don't make anything special. I didn't tell anybody to do that. I said heaven on earth. That was the keys that got me the spear of destiny. And it doesn't matter what you believe. It was what were you intending to do about it. It's just that simple.
But to you, Mark, it's one thing to have the intent, but we must have the discipline also. This is the other part. And anybody can have any kind of intent, any divine intent, but if you don't have the discipline to make it happen, I think it's two different things. And why do you think about that?
Listen, it changes your alchemy. The minute you publish that video to the YouTube with your blood to bring forth heaven and earth, your whole alchemy changes. You get set on this path, and nobody can stop you. You just don't know.
So you think without even disciplining yourself to do whatever, things will come onto you?
Retard right now and just write out, I intend to bring forth heaven and earth on video. Put your blood on it. And 90 days from now, you will be awake, and everybody around you will appear to be retarded to you.
I like that.
The world is yours. Nobody can stop you. We're bringing forth heaven and earth. There's already too many of us with our blood spilled. Nobody can stop us. The world is ours. So you can either join us or fall by the wayside. We're going to get heaven and earth. You don't have to like it. This world is ours. You're officially dead until your blood is beside mine. Go look at Kate of Gaia. She'll explain it to you. They took your footprint off you at birth. You're a filthy necrophiliac lost at sea. Officially dead. So you can print off her documents, his documents, because he's a he/she, and put your bloody thumbprint on it and mail them off. Now, the reason he's a he/she is for a reason. Because you only check off male or female if you're livestock. That's where I think happened to Kate of Gaia. When you get to a certain point in learning knowledge, like you've been checking off male and female on documents, that only pertains to livestock. So I think what happened to Kate of Gaia was when you get to a certain point in your research, you realize that you're being narrowed down to male or female because they think of you as cattle. Are you a steer, or are you a cow to be milked or slaughtered? It's just funny how they view us. They view us all as cattle because you're officially dead. Your parents gave up your soul at birth. You're just too stupid to see it. Go do some research. You realize you're a zombie, that you gave up the land, you gave up your soul, you gave up everything. Now you pay for water on a water world. You pay for rent on a place that you own. You go to sign a mortgage. You sign the promissory note, which they deposit as cash, and then you go sign a deed of trust, which makes no sense because you own the property outright. It's the Libor bank scam, the biggest scam. Your mortgage is is a death certificate. I mean, it's a death sentence. Your birth certificate is a death certificate. But as long as people don't figure this out, then this world is mine. Nobody can stop me. So either put your blood beside my own or you don't. We're going to bring forth heaven and earth and get everybody eternal life, or you're not. You're either coming across the frost bridge, blood thicker than water, or you're going to go fall to your death because you hid your intent and only the devil hides his intent. Everybody fucking knows that in every language and every culture. You'd have to be filthy, retarded, and necrophiliac sick to not see it.
That's the truth. That's the truth. And pretty much where there's a lot of living dead, so there's a lot of people not knowing even, a little bit of what we're saying here. It's crazy. It's not very complicated. Just put your blood over your intent. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I have my book. I'm going to publish it on YouTube. When I finish writing my book, I'm putting the blood in it, and I'm publishing it on YouTube for sure. And me, on top of it, I go on YouTube and yap my mouth. So I even have the intent to yap even more and more and more. So for sure, it's going to... But I feel a different kind of vibe, Marcus, since I have the art a little bit more open and receiving the energy. I feel a much different vibe. And this is what my message is on my channels. Is a lot about motivation. And I, like you say, I think it's you in one of your videos, you say the truth leads to information, information leads to motivation, and motivation leads to action. I think I picked that up in one of your videos. So
listen, the key thing is, like I said, I was a retard until I put up my blood. Before then, I was lost at sea, officially dead. And I couldn't see anything. And then I put up my blood 3 years ago, and now look, I see too much already. Now I don't see how anybody could stop me because they're all blind unless I spell it out for them. It's kind of funny. So the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And also, that's the reason why there's so much bloodshed on Earth. You know, they know the blood as something very divine.
That's right. Your blood is the most magical substance. People don't put their blood on anything they don't intend to do.
Yeah. No, that's the truth. That's the harsh truth, but that's the truth. And if you have problem putting your blood, well, you have problem spit shaking. You know, when you spit shake,
is a magic spell. So you might spit on your hand and shake somebody's hand. So spit works equal like blood. That was something we were going to point out.
So there's no difference to me putting my spit on the page and blood. It's the same thing. So, but
it's a magic spell.
I'm going to put the blood because the blood, you can see it after. The saliva will evaporate. So at one point, you will have no trace of it. And the blood is going to stay.
Saliva will work.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not going to stay. It's not going to be visible.
Right, it won't be visually is visible, but right. Yeah. But it will work.
Maybe not by the naked eye, you know? That's what I mean. Right. Yeah. So what about there's a lot of hypes, you know, going on around this flat earth thing. Where are you with this, Mark, with all the flat earth stuff that is presented to us on YouTube? And do you, because I saw you showed that map a little bit, but I don't know if you like take it just as a referral or it's something you really like. You know, listen, like me, that
I have all the knowledge we all need to get us to the Holy Grail. And soon I'm going to be going there. I'm going to film the whole thing and release it to everybody. It's just that simple. I'm not just going to spell it out for everybody right here, right now, because people aren't ready for it. You know, when enough people have their blood beside my own, I'll release that information. Until then, everybody's a fucking filthy necrophiliac. They don't even deserve that shit. I'm only taking those living beings at first with me. You know? Yeah. Then we'll film it. We'll release it to everybody. And then everybody will throw up their blood. But until then, you know, we have to start drawing some lines in the sand, waking up the people. You're either here to bring forth heaven and earth or you're not. You're either here to mine gold or you're here to bring forth heaven and earth. You're either a silly human slave, a necrophiliac, a filthy fucking walking dead, or you're here to bring forth heaven and earth and get everybody eternal life. You know, you have to step across this line or fuck you. Don't tell me to worry about you. I'm going to worry about the people who were living at first.
That's it. The one that wants to live. There's people that never going to want to wake up. And even if we talk about flat earth or any other stuff, it's not going to wake them up to a greater journey or wanting to know more about life.
Every compass is pointing to the Holy Grail. That's the key thing. So I wouldn't worry about the shape of the earth right now. I just worry that every compass is pointing to where you need to get to before you're dead. That's the key thing. So to break everybody up into hollow earth, concave earth, flat earth, round earth, I'm beyond that at this point. Every compass is pointing to the Holy Grail. We need to get there before we're dead. It's right over there. I'm going there next year. I'm going to film the whole thing. I'm going to release it for everybody. I'm going to clear the pathway for everybody, and you don't have to like it. I see what you don't think, what you don't see. You think it's blocked off and shit like that. That's because you're a retard. You don't know shit. So
that's what some people will tell you. That's what some people will say. Hey, Mark, how are you going to get there? You're going to be blocked by boats or something. Or me's going to, no, I don't think so, me.
Retards, you don't see nothing.
Yeah. I think you can access those places. It's not, to tell us that.
Everything's been published. How you don't see it makes no sense to me. You must be a fucking retarded monkey. I've already published everything, fucking retards. So forgive me. It's already published. Everything I've already published. How people don't see it makes no sense to me. But there's just so many videos on my channel. You'd have to scroll back to find it. And people are too lazy and stuff like that. It's kind of funny. When you're ready, the information is already there.
Yeah, the information is all there. You have like 2,000 video on your channel. I invite people to go check your channel. Today we were going to make this half an hour to start. So thanks a lot for coming on, Mark. But yeah, I invite everybody to... What?
I love you. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, you know, it's a great pleasure for me. Like I said, it was an honor. We'll come back on again next weekend with other subjects. But I look
forward to it.
Yeah, no, we'll come back again next weekend. We'll have other stuff, but too long anyway. The attention span is not very high in people usually, and also, like you said, people are very lazy, and that's the freaking truth. So we're not going to be here for 2 hours. We decided to make it a half an hour, and that's what you're getting. And next week, just come back. You'll get more.
See you then. Next week, I'll see you then.
That's it. We're out. Rise and shine.